Hello, and welcome to devlog 16 of Last Hope. I put some time in over the past few weeks to remake the trees to fit the size of the new player, since the height of the player character doubled since he transitioned from the original little fella to the new one. Because we've been growing so fast recently, I'm just gonna thank you for 1,000 subscribers right now. We're at 962, but within a couple days we'll probably hit 1,000. So thanks if you subscribe, thanks if you're already subscribed. It helps out a lot, means a lot. Thank you. As you can see, I also changed the base color of the tree. I then made the animations needed for when chopping down trees in the game. So now they have an animation for when they get hit, as well as one for when they fall down after you've harvested all the resources from it. At the moment, the animations are in Unity, but I don't think that they work yet. I also made another tree, which is the same as the new one, but just slightly closer in color to the edge of the map. The way I made the trees allows me to easily create different ones, because I would just have to change the top of the tree, and if it was a larger tree, then I could just remake the shadow as well. I added saplings to the world. They're more for just a decoration. I'm hoping to soon do some research on what plants grow in specific biomes in the world, so that I can figure out what I want to add to make the world look a little more realistic. Eventually, I will also figure out how to mess around with Unity's particle system, because right now, the trees have particles that come off of them, but they for sure don't look like leaves falling off. So if you know a good video that teaches about Unity's particle system, then leave a comment. I will read and respond to all of them. Player animations. Enter the Gungeon. It is a very useful tool for me when it comes to animations. When redoing the character, there was some struggles when making the dodging animations. This is the old dodge animation for the side, which didn't make much sense. So when I got to the point where I needed to make the up and down dodge animations, I knew it was going to be a struggle to figure out how it was supposed to look. So I just whipped up the good old Enter the Gungeon game, and I recorded the dodge roll, then replicated it with the new character for this game, frame by frame. There's 9 frames. Yeah, so obviously, it turned out pretty good. I then did this with the side dodge roll animation as well, to replace the trash one that I made. Here are 26.5 seconds of all of the new characters' animations. There was also a few bugs that occurred when implementing the new animations. The first is the Sanic bug, which was where the character would never stop dodge rolling once it was pressed once. Then every time you press the shift button again to dodge roll, it would just multiply the speed and you would turn into Sanic. The second was the seizure slap, which occurred when trying to attack in the upwards or downwards direction. Both of these bugs were fixed, but the next one wasn't, and is still in the game. The I'm Superman bug happens when you switch directions during the dodge animation, which allows you to keep the same dodge roll going until you let the animation play all the way through, then it stops. I'm assuming this would be an easy fix, and it would just have to be coded that you can't switch directions while dodge rolling. But at the moment, it is still in the game and is not fixed. this was some footage of me implementing the animations for the trees in the game. Enjoy a little content of the player walking around the world. And now for tea time. So what you are looking at right now is the brand new Pathfinding, which is hand-coded by Mr. Codyman. The Pathfinding works perfectly fine. As you can see, the trading button that was used as an enemy for testing goes towards the player and avoids the rocks with his little raycasties, gets to the player, and boom, it would attack the player. Wait, where are you going? Well, that's not supposed to happen. And as always, every good thing ends in a seizure. The pathfinding will eventually work anyways. Since I don't have anything to talk about with the pathfinding, I will talk about the enemies and what the reason is for the coding of the new pathfinding. So what we were thinking for the enemies is, as I said in the previous devlog, that we would be adding different zones to the world. We will have an air, earth, fire, and water zone, each with their own enemies, other than air. That is just so that you can unlock a knockback ability. So when you unlock a new zone, there will be nothing to do in that zone other than grab the weapon of that zone type that will be somewhere in there. So when you open up the fire zone, you will unlock a fire staff as well as that specific type of enemy. So right now, I have made an enemy for the fire zone and another for the water zone. So what exactly is the new pathfinding for then, you may ask? Well, since this game is supposed to be focused around combat, you of course need a variety of attacks. So we will be coding this pathfinding to allow for leap attacks, ranged attacks, and maybe even some different leap attacks and different ranged attacks. I don't really know what sort of attacks we are having since I haven't made any enemies, which will be the focus of the next devlog. Enemies! Woo! But that is it for this devlog, so thanks so much for watching the video. Huge thanks to the two legends of Patreon, Big Mason 23 and Lemon Doll. Big thanks to the 5 big boys, An Apple in a Box, Ducky on Quack, Grizzly, Soup Cream, and Titan's Moons. Also, thanks to the 2 rich boys, Dave the Weak and Michael Zhao. Thanks again for watching. Have a good day, and goodbye.